This video is brought to you by MEDIConnection. MEDIConnection is an international medical professional recruitment company that provides digital healthcare services. Visit our website for more information from the description below. Have you ever heard the myth about how only kids can learn languages fast and well, but not adults? Well, that is just a myth. Polyglots agree that there isn't another way to learn a language faster. Here is how. The human brain is almost magically capable of adapting to new languages at any point in life. Not only kids, but also adults can learn languages just fine. The main difference is adults tend to learn differently. The difference is, adults can benefit from some degree of deliberate study. The most asked question about language learning is, how long does it actually take to learn a language? You heard the answer so many times, and it is still true. It often depends on whom you ask. Becoming fluent can take a different amount of time. It is ultimately up to the person who is learning the language to decide how long it should take. The learning process also depends on if the new language is drawn upon a different sound than your native tongue. Other aspects are your schedule and time management. In these circumstances, the rules you follow should be completely different. Usually, in language learning, the three most important factors are the attitude of the learner, and the time devoted by the learner to study the language, and the learner's attentiveness to the language. Below are the most approved methods and techniques followed and accepted by polyglots. Number 1. Know your motivation. Everyone interprets learning a new language differently. If you don't have a good reason to learn a language, you are less likely to stay motivated in the long run. Wanting to impress others is not the best motivational reason. Regardless of your motivation, once you have decided on language learning, it is crucial to commit to it 100%. Many people consider fluency to be the ability to converse in the native tongue, even though there are different forms of fluency levels. None of them could be gained overnight. Even after studying for a specific time or year, you probably still won't feel fluent. Proficient, yes, but fluent, no. However, as long as you keep your goals realistic and choose a target that you can achieve, you will reach your goal. Whatever you choose, it is the right choice. Number 2. Devote enough time. If you are overly obsessed with how long it takes to learn a language, you will definitely face problems. As per every individual, the perspectives on language learning timeframes will vary greatly. If you ask an expert how long it takes to learn a language, they will probably give you some variations. However, the official time required by the sources suggests up to 4,400 to 9,600 hours to learn a new language. Most of us probably aren't capable of reaching that ideal number. It will be challenging for any student, working parent, or anyone who has a lot on their plate. However, the process of learning a new language requires commitment. Decide on how much time you can spend studying each day. Make those hours count and commit to it 100% rather than doing it inconsistently for months or even years. Number 3. Keep it relevant. We learn tools faster when they are relevant to us. Take the keyboard as an example or any other device you usually use daily. Use your new language as a tool to communicate right from day one. Talking with people is one of the best ways to learn a language because it keeps the learning process relevant to you. When you first understand the message, you will unconsciously acquire the language. You should remember, language learning is not about accumulating lots of knowledge. It is about being able to use it. Number 4. Listening. Experts call it brain soaking. It is one of the most straightforward methods for learning a language. Listening should be given more emphasis. It is best to listen actively when learning a new language. It is the fastest and most effective way to absorb information. The importance of active listening is to get a grasp of some basic vocabulary, and through context, you can improve your ability to emulate accents. First, you need to learn to listen before you learn to speak. It doesn't matter if you understand or not. Repetitive listening is an excellent way to get used to a new language. In the beginning, almost all languages sound strange. when you hear them. But the more you expose yourself to the language, the more familiar it becomes. Familiarity makes a language easier to speak and comprehend. Experts encourage focusing on input-based learning. It basically means a lot of listening during dead time. It means the time you spend when you are doing other tasks could be washing the dishes, driving your car, walking, working out, and more. In this first stage, we are curious about the language and willing to listen to the same content again and again. Number 5. Speaking. Speaking takes muscle, and you have got 43 muscles in your face. You have to coordinate those in a way that you make a sound that other people will understand. It is like when you are doing a new sport for a couple of days, and you feel pain in every part of your body, and it hurts. And if your face is hurting, you are doing it right. Different languages make different demands on your tongue, lips, and throat. Pronunciation is just as physical as it is mental. We can pronounce anything. It is just we're not used to doing it. The best way to master pronunciation is to hear or listen to it constantly and exercise. Because, for every sound, there is a specific part of the mouth or throat we use to achieve that sound. A perfect speaker is more likely to emerge when you practice the language. It may not happen tomorrow, but you are more likely to become a good speaker when you practice speaking the language. Number 6. The learner's psycho-physiological state matters. Using your new language in any way is a creative act. However, if you are sad, angry, or upset, you will not learn. If you are happy, relaxed, and curious, you will learn quickly. If you are a person who needs to understand 100% of every word you are hearing, you will lose your mind. This state of mind will make you incredibly upset all the time because you keep on thinking that you are not perfect. But if you are comfortable with getting some, not getting some, and paying attention to what you do know, you will be just fine. This will relax you, and you will learn quickly. Number 7. Using commonly used words. Learning a language starts by learning its most common words. Without a doubt, classrooms and books are great ways to learn languages. Learning through different channels like YouTube videos, mobile apps, or audiobooks serves as a valuable lesson. However, it won't help you learn to speak like a native. Occasionally, it makes more sense to take a trip to the markets or have lunch at a local cafe. In short, to go and blend to wherever the speakers are. Reading books is great, but learning the words the locals use will help you blend easily and learn how to speak idioms and understand local speech contexts. With these words in your head, you can now start picking up on conversations. Your ears will get used to many words and learn how to use them. Most language teachers are focused on teaching you the language, but they spend very little time teaching you how to learn the language. This means you are stuck studying with ineffective methods. We will provide you with techniques that researchers and polyglots agree with. We will be back with the top language learning tips in our next video.